Hello, everyone. Wishing you all a lovely afternoon. I, Dr. Afsana Badar from Mehdibag, Nagpur, welcome you all today in yet another exciting storytelling session on the UBI platform. UBI, United by Ink, is a thriving community of around 10,000 artists and enthusiasts connected by this international forum showcasing their talents through various social media platforms. United by Ink was founded in February 2018 as a global Facebook page and a group created by Mrs. Sapna Shivani Kekre with the aim to bring the literary fraternity under one roof. She has also authored the book Oski Bunde. Recently, under her leadership and guidance, United by Ink made two world records. During the record breaking 200th episode of the UBI Open Mic Marathon, 23 performers from 8 countries showcased their talents in 5 languages and 6 categories continuously for 11 hours, 38 minutes, and 43 seconds. The event was hosted by Sapnaji herself. This historic event has been registered in the Golden Book of World Records under two categories: longest online live stream variety show and show with the maximum number of participants. UBI serves as a platform that helps creative individuals with blogging, publishing, marketing, and distribution. Additionally, through its UBI Learning Labs program, it offers valuable learning opportunities to aspiring creators. Annual events such as UBI Fest, UBI Hindi Utsav, and UBI Ink Marathon are other community places where we learn, share, and celebrate creativity. If you wish to participate, you can reach us on the WhatsApp number available on all our event posters. We express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone in the UBI team who are involved in today's session. UBI proudly comprises of avid readers, passionate writers and authors, performing artists, painters, and photographers. We also host a free blogging platform showcasing their creativity. The UBI open mics, which have become a tradition every weekend, have not only enthralled the audiences with English stories and poetry, but are also a platform for literary performances in Hindi, Marathi, and Punjabi. Coming back to our open mic today with the 227th episode of UBI Open Mic, we bring to you stories, stories that inspire, stories that touch our hearts, stories that dig into our souls, and stories that strengthen our faiths. The stories that have fascinated us since childhood, and the stories that still leave our youngsters spellbound. We bring to you authors from India and around the globe who themselves are avid readers and listeners of tales from home and far. And when what they see, hear, and perceive come down onto paper, beautiful threads of literary masterpieces are woven. Today, we have with us Miss Vani Kaushal, Miss Divya Kotawala, Mr. Saurabh Nirmal, and Mr. Vikas Arun Parikh from various parts of the world. I welcome you all on this UBI platform. We thank you all for accepting the invitation for being a part of today's open mic and adding value and grace to today's episode. Before I hand over the mic to our first wordsmith for today, let me quickly introduce her to our lovely audience. Vani is an internationally recognized author, columnist, and energy healer with a global practice spanning the US, UK, Europe, Canada, India, and Australia. A best selling author and sought after energy healer, NLP coach, psychic, Akashic Records reader, and past life regression therapist, she offers a wide range of transformative sessions including future life progression and life between life therapies. Hailing from the city beautiful of India, Chandigarh, she is a former business journalist with an MBA from Kingston University, London, and an MA Honours in Economics and a gold medalist from Punjab University, India. Vani is also a best selling author of Seconds Later, a novel blending romance with thrilling elements. Her latest novel, Mr. Joshi's Bride, is about the lively adventures of a young NRI searching for the perfect partner the Indian way. Beyond fiction, Vani ventured into non fiction with her novel Flowers Forever, published in the US. This work celebrates the 4 decade artistic career of American Armenian artist Elizabeth Lizo Shahanian, blending art with life's deeper meaning. Vani's journey from business journalism to guiding clients through life's challenges is a testament to her soul mission, elevating collective consciousness. She can be reached out at her website vaniauthor.com. So, without much ado, let's hear the story of a mortal king and his divine trials, and whether he'll be able to strike the delicate balance between the two worlds. Over to you, Vani.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Afsana. Thank you to United by Ink team. And thank you, Sapnaji, for this opportunity. I'm bringing you today a story that I often heard from my grandmother when I was a child. And this is about a cosmic war between two major gods. One was goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune. And another one was god Shani, who is the god of karma and justice. So here is a beautiful story. So eons ago, this is what happened. The two gods started fighting, and all they wanted to know was that who was better, out of the two. And so fighting for a couple of years, and it went like from the heavens to the planet Earth. And finally, both of them, goddess Lakshmi and Lord Shani, they landed in the court of Raja Vikramaditya. Now, Raja Vikramaditya, we've heard lots of stories about Raja Vikramaditya, and we all know that the Raja was known for his wisdom, and he was considered very wise and very, very just. So both of these gods, they came to the Raja and they said, you have to tell us who's better than the both of us. And the Raja goes, and he folds his hands like this, and he says, for me, both of you are just equally good. And the gods are like, no, we want to know why you are saying that. And the Raja, because he respects both the gods, he's unable to answer that the way the gods would be appeased. And so both the gods, they're super angry with Raja Vikramaditya, and they storm out of his court. And goddess Lakshmi, who's the first one to leave, takes away all of Raja's wealth and fortune with her. And now we have Shani, and you all know that when Shani, he trains his eyes on you, then you have to go through the trials, and your karma comes up, and you've got to resolve all that. So what happened was, suddenly the king's coffers were all empty, his ministers rebelled against him, and there was utter chaos, and so much chaos that he had to actually hand over the reins of his kingdom to his mother, to his very old mother. And he fled overnight, and he just traveled from one city to the other, from one village to the other, and he just kept traveling, and nobody wanted to offer him work. This guy, he was ruling a kingdom, and he's almost made a beggar. He's just begging for food, no wealth, nobody wants to employ him. It was very difficult. And what happened was that, so striving and traveling, etc., he arrived in another kingdom, and at the house of a wealthy merchant who somehow offered to give him a job. And guess what happened? Because Shani had trained his eye upon the king, the merchant's wife, the wealthy merchant's wife. Overnight, she just loses a gold necklace, beautiful, what we say, a 9 lakh har. And who gets to be blamed for it? The new employee, the guy who came yesterday. And Raja Vikramaditya, because nobody knows who he is, they just put him into the prison. And there, he is like day and night made to work, and he does it. And he does it, and he doesn't complain, because he knows that he just doesn't understand that this is Shani's eye, that he has to go through all that. But he still remains hopeful and optimistic. He understands that life is about these tides. You have wealth, and then wealth is fleeting, and so is the Shani's dasha. It's also like it comes and goes. You all must have heard about Sarhe Sati and all that. So anyhow, he's aware of these workings of the universe. So he just does his best in the prison, tries to survive and everything. And he sings, and during the day he works, and at night he sings the hymns of gods and goddesses, those very gods and goddesses who have forgotten him. And one day, an oil presser, what we call a teli, he hears this guy singing, and he says, I want this guy. And he bribes everybody from top to bottom, gets hold of this guy, gets him home, makes him work in the oil pressing mill that he has. And at night, he sings these beautiful hymns of gods and goddesses. Anyhow, he whatever money this oil pressing mill employer is paying to Vikramaditya, he's also trying to donate as much as possible. And one day, this guy has a spasm. Vikramaditya, he has a spasm in his stomach, and the oil presser, he says, the employer, he says, okay, drink the mustard oil. He gives him some mustard oil to drink, puts some on his stomach, and instantly there is relief. And after that, I don't know whether you all know that, Shani favors mustard oil, or sarson ka tel. And this guy just instantly feels that some miracle has happened, something has been released. And, he also gets an invitation from the court of the king of that city where he was working. And he's being called to sing in the court where the princess likes him. And next he knows, he's married to the princess, and his fortunes have suddenly changed. And that's when he tells everybody that he is the King Vikramaditya. And this is how, in the cosmic battle between Lakshmi and Shani, he actually could not give them a very good reason that would appease the gods. And hence, he had to go through those trials. His wealth was all lost, and, he had to go through so much pain. Next thing he knows, the king of that city, of that place, he transports this guy back to his kingdom, gives the reins of the kingdom to the king. King Vikramaditya becomes the king again. And Lakshmi ji and Shani ji, they come again, and they ask, Vikramaditya, we hear that you've been through a lot of trials, what do you have to say now? Who is the superior one amongst between the two of us? And he says, God is with hands folded, and he says, I still feel that both of you all are equal. No one is more supreme than the other. And the reason I feel that is because Lakshmi, we all know that without wealth, we cannot survive. Without fortune, we cannot survive. And yet, when we do earn money, if we don't put it in good karma, if we don't donate, if we don't cater to the needs of the society, then we are all gone. Then Shani will anyway cast his eye upon us. And then, you'll have to go through the trial. So it's a balance. It's the balance between both of them that works well for us. Both the gods are happy, give nice boons to the king. And thus, for the next couple of years, he had no Shani Dasha at all, and he ruled in amazing wealth. He had this beautiful wife and a lot of blessings from God. So this is one story I wanted to tell you all. I hope you all liked it. Thank you so much.
Lovely, Vani, lovely. So ultimately, it's about karma and divine timing.
Yes, thank you.
Agree with you. What do the others have to say?
I actually really believe that, the power of Shani is especially the last year, I was told it was the year of Shani. And, it was so much happening around us. And if this one God is forever pleased with us, I'm sure life is better. So, yeah,
Yes.
very good story, Vani. Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
interesting.
Thank you.
Vani, good to hear from you. And again, really nice. I echo what others have said. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, should we move on to our next speaker? Moving on to
Absolutely.
our, sorry.
I said absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vani, for the lovely story. Moving on to our next pensmith, we have with us Saurabh Nirmal. Saurabh Nirmal, who goes by the pen name Nemo, is an author, poet, and podcaster who has been blogging short stories and poems since 2008. His poetries revolve around the different intricacies of human relationships and emotions. From the pink city of India, Jaipur, to the charming town of Burton upon Trent in England, his work has taken him on a journey of discovery and growth. He has authored the book Cluedo, The Narrative of a Cloud, which beautifully showcases the bond between a cloud and a girl child. He has also co authored the book Life is Beautiful, Terms and Conditions Apply with one of his college friends. He regularly writes short stories and poems in both Hindi and English. He loves to spend time in nature, and trekking and running marathons are some of the passions that keep him busy. He finds solace in peaceful and tranquil places and is also a practicing Vipassana meditator. His writings can be viewed at sweetandsaurabh.blogspot.com and sachkikalpana.blogspot.com. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, they say. But what will you do when life gives you roses? Will you see and feel the beauty of the rose or worry about the thorns? Let's hear from Saurabh. Over to you.
Thank you, Afsana. I've never heard so many things about myself in a single go, but thank you very much. So I'll start my story. Um, so this is how it goes. These flowers are fresh and will stay that for a long time, the shopkeeper said to me. They were indeed new, but I doubted the second claim. Still, $5 didn't seem much. As I reached for my wallet, but before I could pay, a sudden noise drew my attention. A jubilant crowd emerging from the corner of the street. They must be from a new batch of recruits at some software company. You could tell it right away. Bright ID badges, neatly tailored clothes, and that unmistakable air of people stepping into a world they have only imagined. The blood in their veins was fresh. The balance of men and women made the group lively. Their faces glow and progressive energy, and a hint of innocence. I saw their shadows for a long fleeting moment. They reminded me of my own once upon a time. As I said, these are the best flowers you'll find on the street. The shopkeeper repeated, his eyes darting between my wallet and me. I wasn't the only distracted customer, nor was he the only restless vendor. Many stood frozen in mid action, their gaze drawn to that laughing cluster at the corner. Like me, they seemed to be searching for something in those young faces, perhaps for themselves. The group laughed, teased, tossed jokes around like carefree souls, and I sensed that everyone watching or pretending not to shared the same silent thought. I too was once like them. Whether that was true or just my imagination, the thought stirred a question. How long will they stay like that? I didn't realize I had spoken until the shopkeeper answered. As long as you want them to be, sir, he said, smiling. These flowers are nature's gift to us. If you want them to stay fresh, keep them in their natural habitat: earth, water, and sunlight. His words, though meant for the flowers, carried a strange relevance. Freshness lasts only when the setting sustains it. But how does that apply to these young people, soon to be trapped in a volatile, contaminated air of corporate world? Their ambitions will scatter them from each other and from themselves. Their egos will clash, fueled by the pursuit of hollow labels that the market will keep dangling before them. Life sustains, but charm doesn't. The loss of innocence takes the magic away. The shopkeeper finally thrust the bouquet into my hand. Breaking my chain of thought, I handed him the money and walked away. The flowers feeling lighter than they should have. I'm done.
Lovely, Saurabh. Interesting how the nostalgic emotions can feel. And sometimes we interpret them in a different way when first we had them, and now a totally different scene. What do others have to say?
Yeah, I think Saurabh, the story took me back to the initial days of work and college. So thanks a lot for that.
So, Saurabh, who were the roses for?
I don't
Vikas
know.
also.
Many years ago, don't recall anymore. But somebody, somewhere,
They weren't for your mother, at least.
most likely.
Even though it is many years, the person still knows who the flowers are for. I will sure to send the link so that she knows that these flowers were for her.
Sure, please do. We need some people to watch later on also our
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
What do others have to say?
Very well spoken, Saurabh. Very nice. I like the quotes that you used in between.
Thank you.
So, shall we move forward? Let's see what our next storyteller has for us today. Divya Gupta Kotawala is a multifaceted individual hailing from Delhi who seamlessly juggles her roles as a wife, mother, and a businesswoman. She is the founder of the jewelry line House of Kotawala along with her husband Manish. A fashion design graduate from NIFT, Divya maintains a balance between personal, professional, and social commitments, actively engaging in social welfare and spiritual pursuits. Her transformative journey, catalyzed by her debut book, My Dad's Daughter, has earned her accolades and platforms to inspire others grappling with grief. She is also a TEDx speaker and co author of anthology Stories of Courage. Recently, she won the award of the Champion of the Year for a contribution to society and also made it to the Forbes list of most inspiring leaders of 2024. She is the creative director of Nari Campaign and host of the podcast Dear Diary by Ashvika Foundation. It was the loss of her father to COVID-19 pandemic that propelled her into this new chapter in life. Recently, she has launched her own community from the heart and access group to bring people together. Divya's life is a reflection of her father's teaching to whom she will ever be grateful. She can be reached on social media handles by her same name. So, Divya, what do you have in your bag for us today? Over to you, Divya.
Hello, everyone. And I think Every story is unique, but mine will forever be my most favorite of all because I truly believe that storytelling is the most beautiful way to talk with the audience instead of at the audience. And I'm a firm believer that if you have a story, then have a big one or have none. So here I am today to share my story of courage, of grief, and of lots and lots of gratitude. So, as Afsana already mentioned, so I'm a true Delhiite, born and brought up in Delhi, in a nuclear, humbled family with lots of love and care. As I grew up, my hero was my father, who made sure that I get the best education possibilities. No wonder he made sure I joined his school and his college. As life was comfortable and beautiful, he had this big dream of seeing me happily married, and soon he promised me to the boy of his choice. What followed was life full of responsibilities, a young girl embracing motherhood. And I thought this was the real Divya until COVID hit us all. In one moment, my life changed. In 2021, during the Delta wave, in 12 days, I lost my father at the age of 65. At that moment, I realized that I was so alone, I was so lost. I wasn't able to understand that somebody who was married for 16 odd years, why was I still looking for my father for all guidance and navigating my life? But maybe that is when grief hit me the worst. With no proper goodbyes and no closures of my father's death, I was shattered. In that moment of deep grief, one day I just had a dream, maybe a divine sign, that I should do something to celebrate his extraordinary life. As I told my family about my decision, they saw it as the first sign of depression because I told them that I want to write a book and launch it on his first death anniversary as my goodbye gift to him. But you will be surprised to know before that I had not read a single book. I still don't read even today. But I wanted to do it. How, even I didn't know. What followed was next 11 months of so much confusion, such overwhelming experiences and emotions. But finally, I launched my father's book, My Dad's Daughter, on his first death anniversary on the same date as I lost him. What I thought was the perfect goodbye gift transformed into a huge journey on its own. Over next 3 years, I helped so many people heal every day with my book, which actually turned out to becoming a seventh bestseller on Amazon last year. Then, one person who got healed from my book, she messaged me all the way from Mumbai saying she wanted to commit suicide after losing her father. But today she wants to live and celebrate his life every single day. This story was covered by Humans of Bombay. The TEDx platform gave me an opportunity to connect with so many more and came unimaginable opportunities every single day, making me realize that there was somebody blessing me every single day. I wasn't alone. The potent force of my father's love was forever backing me. He made me realize that we are 10% of what happens to us, but we are 90% what we accept in our life, what we let happen every day. Today, I'm working hard to make my father's legacy continue because he didn't teach me how to live life. He lived and let me watch him every day and made me realize that legacy is not what we give to others, what we leave behind. Legacy is how we make somebody feel every single day. So through me, I'm making him live every single day over my tears, over my fears, and living every year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Divya. That was indeed heartwarming to know about your story. And our guardian angels, they never leave us. They always stay with us, guiding us, protecting us. So he'll be there with you forever. in your heart and through your actions. He'll be happier wherever he is.
Yes, thank you.
Divya, actually, I was also part of the anthology Stories of Courage.
Oh, lovely. So nice
Yeah,
to see
nice
you.
to, yeah, I didn't realize. Nice to see you as well.
Yes.
Um, you spoke about the journey, which is very moving. Can you share maybe like a story which you have with your father, like a nice memory or any story?
So sure means if I can write a book
Yeah,
on it,
sorry if the
because
time permits. I don't know, Afsana.
Yes,
Afsana. Okay.
quickly, she can go
No,
about.
so I think if I can write a book on him, I can go on and on. But yeah, to make it very quick, I
Which I think you have
remember.
already written, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've written so many stories on him. So I think the best one would ever be, I remember when my daughter was born, and I was in a very traditional setup. She was the child of the fourth generation, and everybody in the house wanted a boy. So, I was just too taken aback with all the pressure coming on me, and the moment I heard it was a girl, I was very upset. So my father just walked into my room and he looked at me and he said, if I had that same expression 22 years back, then you would have known how it feels. And just be happy you have a girl child, you'll have 5% more extra marks in school and college. So, he was such a larger than life person. He would make any situation just feel so light and so beautiful with his amazing personality.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, so shall we move on to our next speaker? Our next speaker, Vikas Arun Parekh, hails from the culturally rich city of Jaipur, Rajasthan, but his career pursuits have made London his home for more than a decade now. He has made himself a successful career in the IT sector, along with cherishing his love of writing and occult sciences. Among his noteworthy literary works is the novel Letters to My Mother, which got published in August 2023 and has sold more than 5,000 copies in the first year of publishing. His contributions to children's illustrated literature are marked by The Adventures of Blue Flamingo, The Adventures of Blue Flamingo Ganga series, and The Adventures of Blue Flamingo Personalized. His realistic fiction, Voices of Silent Creek, stands as a heart touching narrative that emphasizes on the atrocities faced by women in rural India. Vikas also owns a YouTube channel along with his friend Saurabh Nirmal named Life Ki Gupshup, where they share their insights on various topics, including book reviews. His latest entrepreneurship venture is AI related. He is passionate about occult sciences. He is a Reiki grandmaster, a tarot reader, a numerologist, and a Vastu consultant. He can be reached through his website vikasarunparekh.com. We are eager to know what mystery you are going to unfold today, Vikas. Over to you.
Thank you. My occult guru is also on the call, Vani.
Yes, Vani.
Okay, so let me start. So the story is called The Empty Side of the Bed. Samir blinked against the soft light as his eyes slowly opened. He turned to his he turned to the other side of the bed. His side was messy, the sheet creased and twisted. Hers was smooth, untouched, almost like she had never been there at all. But she had been. He could still picture her lying with her back to him, her hair spilling over the pillow. He remembered the way his hand had slid gently down from her shoulder to the curve just above her hips, how warm her skin felt under his palm. Now the space was empty, holding nothing but the memory of her. No, no, she was just here. I felt her. I swear I did. Her breath against my neck, the weight of her beside me, that quiet warmth that never lies. It was here. It was. How can it be gone? How can something that real just vanish? Sheets don't cool down this fast. Memory don't turn into air. She can't just not be here. That doesn't make sense. She was here. She is here. She has to be. This bed knows her shape. My hand still remembers her back, shoulder, curves, everything. It's all still here. It can't be nothing. It can't. This isn't real. This isn't how it ends. She didn't leave. She didn't. No. Why? Why the hell did she have to go like this? Who gave her the right? Who decided this was okay? She left me here just like that. An empty bed, a cold sheet, a heart where everything used to fit. How the hell does someone do that? She promised. She said we'll grow old. We'll fight over stupid things. We'll still be here. She said that. She said it like it was a fact. And now what? I'm supposed to wake up and pretend like it's normal? Like I'm fine? Like she didn't just blow the whole damn world apart? No, she doesn't get to do that. She doesn't get to leave me with this silence. Damn it. Damn everything. Maybe, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I didn't love her enough. Maybe I loved her the wrong way. Maybe I should have held her longer that night. Should have listened more. Should have stopped being so damn distracted all the time. Maybe if I just said one more thing, something small, something that mattered, she wouldn't be. No, no, maybe it's not too late. Maybe the world bends if you beg hard enough. Maybe time listens when you break. I'll give anything. I'll give everything. Just take it back. I'll stop wasting days. I'll stop letting stupid things matter. I'll be better. I'll fix every crack, every stupid fight, every moment I let slip. Please, whoever's out there, whatever's out there, just one more chance. One more morning with her here. One more heartbeat next to mine. I'll trade anything. I'll trade myself if I have to. Don't make it end like this. Not like this. The bed feels bigger, or maybe I have just shrunk. Everything stretched too far, too quiet. It shouldn't be this quiet. It never was. There used to be something breath, warmth, her. I keep pressing my hand against the sheet like an idiot, like it'll remember her if I push hard enough. But it doesn't. It's cold. It's just fabric, just air, just empty. I don't even know what I'm waiting for anymore. A sound, a breath, a lie, something to break this silence. She's gone. She's really gone. And the world doesn't even care. It just keeps breathing like nothing happened, like she was never here. I hate that. I hate that. I hate everything. I hate that everything just keep going. What am I supposed to do with this? With a space that used to hold her and now holds nothing. I don't know how to move. I don't know how to stop either. I'm just here. The sound of the key turning hits him like a punch. One small, one small stupid everyday sound. 10 minutes ago, it wouldn't have mean anything. Now it feels like the universe just rolled its eyes at him. The door creaks open. She walks in, flushed, a little out of breath, juggling her bag and her shoes. I forgot my laptop charger, she huffs. Had to run back from the parking, and of course, the lift isn't working. Sixth floor, Samir 6. I swear if the building bursts down, I am not evacuating. She throws the bag on the chair like nothing in the world has changed. Like his brain hasn't just gone through an entire emotional seizure in last 10 minutes. He stares at her, alive, loud, complaining about the lift. He exhales, a shake sound somewhere between a sigh and a laugh. Welcome back, he mutters. She looks at him confused. Where exactly did I go? He shakes his hand. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Ah, what a story. So was the person dreaming or what? But kept me thinking, it is time to embrace the now. Live it to the fullest. We don't know how much time the others in our lives have left or how much time we ourselves have left. So we should think about that.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought that he has lost his wife. Then I thought that they are separated, and then came the banger. It was nice, yeah.
Vani, Divya, what do you think?
I think it was very intense the way you spoke about it. So yeah, very impactful.
As for me, I have enjoyed all the stories so far. I've enjoyed Divya's story, Saurabh, Vikas. I'm just listening patiently and enjoying everything. Thank you so much for this beautiful session.
So, Afsana, should I read your introduction
Yes.
now?
Yes. Sure.
Okay. So I get honors to do Afsana's introduction.
I'm
Now,
honored.
while I have many things to say, I will stick to the script which was handed to me forcefully. So here it goes.
Okay. Interesting.
So Dr. Afsana I. Badal, a homeopath, lives in a nature-bound Mehndi Bagh colony in Nagpur, Maharashtra. Having grown up in the lap of nature, she has developed an innate passion for writing about its beauty and wonders. Even though she chose medicine as career, writing still continued to be an integral part of her life. Bringing her immense joy, she has been regularly writing stories and blogs for MBYC, Arthropod Magazine, Reader's Choice E Magazine, and Frontlist Media. Her articles also feature regularly in Central India's most read daily, The Hitwad, and Twinkle Star Weekly magazine. In March 2023, her talent was recognized when her short story titled Quenched was published in Unwind Volume 4 of Quill Writers. Her poem titled An Ode to the Woman won her the Women's Day Poetry contest by the Creative Circle. In November 2023, her novel in verse, Nostra's Homecoming, The Storm, written in limerick form, was published, which is garnering grave reviews from the readers. The book was launched at Hyderabad Lit Fest in January 2024. She was also a part of the Indore Lit Fest 2024, where she spoke on her book, Nostra's Homecoming, The Storm. It has also received praises from some of the eminent names in the literary field. We also did a podcast on that. Really nice book. Afsana has also co-authored two anthologies, Revolutionaries of India and Bagful of Stories, which released in September and October 2024. She was invited as a judge for DPS Litfest 4.0 in category Haikiga in 2024. She has also been connected to various online and offline book clubs and open mics, both as host and participant. Afsana also takes creative writing workshops in schools under the Magic of Pens initiative. Beyond her professional and writing pursuits, Afsana cherishes spending her leisure time immense, immersed in nature, enjoying activities like singing, listening to music, and nurturing little animals and birds. Over to you, Afsana.
Thank you so much. So my story goes, it was 6 in the evening. Isha was returning home from school. It being the peak of winters, the sun had already set early, as was usual for those chilly days. Like every day, Isha who was old enough to walk to school and back, considered taking a shorter route. The long queue had made her extremely late for issuing the books at the library. As she contemplated on whether or not to take the shorter route, she was already a few steps inside the side alley. The short route would take her home 5 minutes earlier. Also, that would serve her well because it would also mean lesser exertion for her already hurting legs. Sports day every Monday left her with no stamina at the end of school, no energy to walk home or study later or play. In her thoughts of the day and then preparing mentally for her day's remaining chores, Isha turned the next corner. The quiet, dark lane housed a few individual small houses, but all were dark and unoccupied. Certain shops with closed shutters reminded her of the abandoned building near her house. Suddenly, she saw, or felt rather, a shadow behind her. Instinctively, Isha increased her stride. The footsteps behind also seemed to hasten. Now she was scared, too scared. She took bigger and faster steps that almost resembled a run. When she saw ahead an old unplastered wall, it meant no escape for her. She cursed herself for being so impulsive and careless and taking the wrong decision. Then she thought of shouting for help. But who was going to hear anyway? And her voice seemed to betray her as well. Instinctively, she touched the pendant on her neck and whispered a silent prayer. Face your fears. Her father's voice echoed strongly. She immediately took out her water bottle from the side pocket of the bag and turned back and looked into the eyes of the predator, fearless, undoubting, full of faith. As she bore her eyes into the pair of the inhuman ones in front of her, she saw the coldness turn into fear and panic. And in the next instant, there was no one there. Isha instantly looked upwards and quickly regained composure and ran towards the source of light. A while on the run, the familiar street showed up with people and shops. The florist selling the marigolds outside the temple, people waiting for their glass of lassi, and the same Pani Puri vendor. But today, she could neither take in that intoxicating aroma nor hear the crunch when a puri breaks in the mouth. The only place she could see was the door with the antique finish, her safe haven. As she reached home, she hugged her mother a little longer than usual. Then she went on to doing her remaining chores for the day. Next morning, an unusual piece of news marked the headlines in the newspaper. 9 kids rescued from mentally ill man. The news article read 9 school-going kids ranging from ages 10 to 12 were rescued yesterday from a dilapidated building. The man was on a lookout for a 10th kid so that he could sacrifice them for attaining his wishes. The racket was busted when one of the kids managed to escape and asked a passerby for help. The man on arrest confessed to his deed, stating he was almost on the verge of attaining immortality only if he could get the 10th kid. But the man standing behind the child scared him off. Isha couldn't believe what she had just read. She had not seen another soul in that dark alley, nor heard a pin drop anywhere near her. But she knew one thing for sure, that God was everywhere. Thank you.
Very nice, Afsana. Very spooky story with a twist in the end. Really nice.
Thank you.
Yes, it is full of courage, bravery, that last moment, grit, strength, everything. Beautiful, very nice.
Thank you.
I think
Very
the
well
strength was
spoken,
the
Afsana.
internal journey which she was going through. I mean, the thoughts she was struggling with, and just she turned back and she looked into the eyes, but the whole journey of her transforming into somebody who is full of fear to showing the courage. I think that was the strength of the story.
Thank you. So they say all things come to an end, but not yet. We aren't ending this. This is just a pause. We'll meet you all, our lovely audience, another day, another time, with another group of stories and maybe the same authors or some new ones. But keep tuned. So it's me, Afsana Badar, signing off from Medibag, Nagpur. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.